All right, today guys, we're installing the Jackson Racing cooled by CSF. So it's designed by CSF. It's an exclusive part to Jackson Racing. We've been a Jackson Racing dealer for quite some time, so we're actually very thankful that we got this really early. The release date was just actually yesterday, so we're gonna go through, we're gonna do an install on this. We have not done an install on our car on the intercooler. So let's get this thing open, let's check it out. I believe this comes in two, well, I know this comes in two colors. This is, and should be a black edition, black version. Very straightforward from what I understand. Simple replacement. You got some nice couplers there, industrial style with the wrapping and everything. Oh, cool, they give you a template if you wanna actually have the Jackson Racing in there, and like on this one, if it's black, maybe like white would look really sick with our car. So that's kind of cool. So guys, super sick design, super simple. Got the Jackson Racing logo on there. Got a CSF logo over here. Really nice quality. It's extra fat at the bottom, thinner up top. So we're gonna get this stock one off. We're gonna see what the differences are. We'll give you guys a side-by-side comparison. All right guys, so to get to this, we're gonna remove this bar here, and we're gonna remove this inner wheel lining. That's why we pulled the wheel off. Kind of similar how we do the blow-off valve, but all the stuff on the inside here has to get removed so you can access into this area here. Okay, as you can see, I already pulled it off. So you can access right in here. There's our intercooler piping, whatnot. So it's just a little bit easier so you guys can see it. And just for us to show you what we're actually working on. So let's get to it. Let's get this bar off first. We're gonna try to remove it from this first part right here. Just get this front part off, and I think that should suffice. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pull the whole factory intercooler off, and since it does replace these tubes, intercooler pipes, so this one is gonna come in, it's gonna go right up in there. So we're gonna try to unbolt, or we are gonna unbolt it from up there, and this is gonna match on this side, and then we're gonna come back on the other side. We're gonna disconnect it here at the small side. I really look at the difference in diameter. So this is what you're dealing with stock, and this is the aftermarket unit. So it's gonna allow that much more airflow and just have a reserve of cool air going in. These are super, super cool. Check these out. These are super awesome. They got the Jackson Racing and the CSF logo on there. I just love the color. This is a real simple kit, guys. It's really easy to install. This is like a take it off, put the aftermarket part back on. Everything should fit as expected. If you do have any questions, you can always email us in at our support team. Give us a call, we'll help you out. But straightforward, we're gonna show you everything in this video. There's another video with a full bumper removal, so we can show you guys that as well. I'll make sure I put a link up in the corner. But yeah, I'm super excited. I'm gonna get back to it. This thing's ready to come out. Instead of dropping this lower frame or anything like that, maybe it's easier on a lift because I gotta take all this plastic off. I'm gonna do it like you guys would do it at home. So this thing's ready, but this is what's blocking it right now. It's actually put a little mark in there. So yeah. I got it actually. I got a feeling.
That wasn't all that it took to get this off. Okay. There we go.
I mean, this doesn't mean like I'm gonna take more apart later.
That still won't come off.
So you guys can take a look at the difference between these two. Quite a bit. There's all this extra up here, there's extra reservoir area, which is cool. You know, this is all plastic on the sides. Look at the diameter differences here. Like I said, in the hoses, you can see the difference is massive. So I'm gonna try to finagle this back in. Kind of just wiggle it down was my secret to get this actually out. You know, I thought this air temp sensor was in the way, but that wasn't a problem. So let's just try to get this thing in. This thing's pretty good. I mean, this is Denso. So right there. It's a nice unit and everything, but I love the Jackson Racing. They got all the provisions for all the OEM mounts and everything. This clip, you have to push it from the back side, and you're gonna push it towards the center of the car. I can hold the light. Yeah, just like that. As you guys can see right in there, boom. It's this little teeny thing, and this detenses, just pushes in, and then it releases it. I think this is in the correct spot. It needs to go back a little bit more. Remember this side over here? Come on over here. Right here, remember we pulled that out? Let me show you guys with the light. That needs to set right in there, see? That drops in, and then this bolt will go right into that place. So everything's lining up perfectly. And then over here, same thing. We got these 2 bolts, and these are gonna push it like this, and that's gonna give us enough clearance for all that stuff that we had. Then we're gonna try to put the plastic back on. Caleb got the clamps on in here on this side. Now we need to do this very important part. There's a downloadable diagram available from Jackson Racing. It's on the QR code, plus it's in the instructions. And this is the template. This is all the stuff we're gonna be cutting out. Because now that we have excess space here and we wanna put this back in, as this part is actually quite important to direct air in here, you're gonna be removing all this. So I'm gonna do this. You can do this a couple different ways. You're gonna do it with a knife, which I'll show you quickly how to actually kind of do it. And I also have a Dremel die grinder. You can do it that way too. So you just gotta kind of remove all this stuff. Hopefully this will be a really good explanation so you guys will kind of see how it is and why we have to cut all this stuff out. So we got this side, and then we got this side. We've already marked it all off. X is all the stuff that needs to be removed, all this and the back side. It's not gonna be perfect, I don't think, the first time, but we'll see. The object and concept is that supposed to be right here. Kind of like it. Good job. This is our final product. Don't know if this actually needs to come out. I'm gonna probably figure that out. I think this will, and it might just be a little bit better. All right, guys, so all we need to do is put the supply bolts. Our bolt was actually taped to the bag on the outside. We almost threw it away, so please be careful, check that out. We do give feedback to the manufacturers. We're gonna suggest that they put it in with the clamps and the hoses. Also, Jackson does recommend you pull this out. So guys, as I mentioned earlier, we don't always like look and reference the instructions all the time. And when we got this, this is early production. We did not have the actual sheet yet for the instructions. The QR code wasn't working, but for you guys, it will be there. So we didn't take this out. Jackson actually recommends that you do. But we're just gonna put this back in. We're gonna put the supplied bolts that I mentioned earlier there, and then really it's just tightening everything back up. All our clamps and everything are on the turbo inlet and outlet hoses. Well, technically the intercooler inlet and outlet hoses. All right, guys, so now we just gotta wrap everything back up, put it together. We got this all nice and secured. And now we gotta do the lower crash brace, the upper crash brace. I don't know if this is like an actual bumper brace or what you guys wanna call it, but we just need to put all those things back together and wrap this thing up. All right, guys, so that wraps up today's video. We are finished installing the Jackson Racing intercooler. We are super thankful to them for getting us one of the early ones. These are available now. There already is a back order from what I understand. So check out the website, see availability on there. We'll have a pre-order button. Get yourself in line to get one early. I heard that it's gonna be a little bit of wait right when these things are released. Just a little bit of buildup, high demand on this, super good quality product. There's nothing I can actually tell you like, wow, this made so much more power or anything like that just from my butt dyno. We'll leave all the links below. There'll be some specs on how much actual temperature drop this does. I heard it's quite a bit, like I think 90 degrees is stated on paper. So you guys need to fact check that, check below, see if that actually does that and lowers your air intake temperatures quite a bit. You'll be able to tell that with an Ecutech software or anything like that. You'll be able to definitely see your lower charge temperatures and things like that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Got some good tips in there and how you guys need to do this and do the install. And again, thanks a lot. We've been a partner with Jackson Racing for quite some time, ever since the old 8.6 back in 2013. So good products, we love those guys, and see you guys on the next video.